I need to complete an essay in 24 hours. That's because I'm very tired of my procrastination habits and it's driving me nuts. And it's driving me nuts with a lot of anxiety. I got up fairly early today, around 10 a.m. And yes, that is testing my limits already, and my sanity is close to getting destroyed. And anyways, let's get this day started. The morning routine begins. Cheer for the coffee under the sun, and then a mental time travel with journaling. It helps me to notice my mood fluctuation and how grateful I am of things at the moment. I also stretch in the morning because I feel like I accomplish many things, so when someone asks me what did you do today, I can answer I stretched, I worked out, I had a sun bath, journaled, and drank coffee. Ta-da! So now I am all sweaty and gooey, time to go wash my hair and put on some makeup so I can look put together for doing homework and showing you guys the process so I don't look like a gooball like right now. So what is the essay topic? It's so interesting and crucial that I want you to know too. I have just finished working out and changed into this lovely outfit and flip up my hairy bangs. Online there is so much information. 13 point something billion of data that is provided every single minute. With this much information out there, so I decided to take this junk science course because I really want to learn quality information. Having a judgment and a clear mind probably is the most essential thing in this century since there's so much noise on the internet. Like, is this your opinion that you have come up with or someone else's opinion that you have just internalized? I don't know. This class comes with a lot of writing. So me and writing has a really weird hate towards the love relationship. Back in the time when I was in high school, I read tons of Shakespeare and like Greek Gatsby's and tons of literature that I didn't care about, and I was forced to write analytical essays. So consider time, baby. When I started school in University of Florida, and this school also has a lot of writing courses. There are many random courses that I had to take. It was like, what is a good life philosophy course? Or I have to write like a 6,000 words per essay on the Sphinx. And now I finally found my fun and purpose of writing through scripting those videos and writing my own blog posts. After we have gone through our past history with writing, my current relationship with writing is a complete first love romance type situation, and welcome, you can buy a ticket and watch our live streaming of our wedding. Let me concentrate and finish my eyebrows. Writing in school is just never fun, but until I developed this really cool writing system that I'm going to show you guys, that is where when I fell in love with writing. So when I write, I think of a mental model of cooking. This is from a book called Mise en Place. I don't hope the French are not screaming at me and I'm pronouncing that correctly. Mise en place means that everything in place in French cuisine. So when I imagine that writing is like cooking, I have to get all my ingredients ready before I cook or write the essay in this case. So let's head to our table and look at the marking scheme and the directions of writing this essay. So we can imagine that we're cooking a lovely meal for our writing partner. Writing is our partner because I'm dating it, flirting it. This is where all the meat begins. So I'll be using Notion, Remnote, and Word for this writing essay situation. Every single time that I'm writing, I look forward to writing so much and it feels like play. And yes, those methodologies, theories, and mindset mental models I have are derived from Zettelkasten and the Sigma methodology from Tiago Forte. Look at the typography of Times New Roman. Look at the lines in Notion's database. It's so elegant, and look at the wisdom that's inside of my second brain, and look at beauty, my gosh. So here is the marking scheme that we're gonna check out. I just put on the screen to you guys, and surprisingly, this marking scheme is very short. So for this assignment, I'll have to find 4 media pieces on the internet and elaborate and explain on how this piece of media is pseudoscience in this paper. And I have to incorporate one concept from the class O, and our teacher even sent us a notice on how we can get a 0 on this paper. If we just say that astrology is junk science, we have to choose a specific piece of media, and yeah, I feel like I'm roasted by our professor. we are going to start, and this stage is called
divergence, because this is where we're gonna get our hands dirty and play with knowledge. I've broken up the outline into many tiny steps and allowed myself to feel writing an essay as a slow burn instead of a very heavy lift challenging task, and I've made the activation energy a lot lower. I have a really particular way of writing my essay from left to right instead of top to down. So here I'll create a Notion database and I'll create 4 columns. So what are in those 4 columns, you may ask? Very good question, my friend, and here we're gonna go into it. First column is the section of the paper. Here, for a normal paper, it would be introduction, body, and conclusion. But for this paper that I'm writing for pseudoscience, which is kind of special, there will be 4 pieces of media, and then each entry will have its own introduction, body, and conclusion. 4 pieces of topic that I have chosen for this assignment are: the learning style affect academic performances, is law of attraction real, and then why do people love astrology so much, and is Howard Gardner's theory of intelligence real. I will imagine that I'm an expert and I'm getting interviewed by a person from the media on the topic that I've chosen and say why it is pseudoscience. After I've entered the topics in the sections of the paper, here we're going to create the second column. The second column is called the purpose of paragraph. I think of this column as the unconscious thoughts and intentions that I have behind my brain that will be the motivation and guide of this essay. And just to match this assignment to my Maslow hierarchy, make myself self-actualizing and values, and just to trick my brain that those things that I do for writing are beneficial to me and they're not pointless. From the section of paper, we will choose one topic to focus on. So learning styles will be the main focus. Applying the purpose of paragraph column to learning styles, the first point would be, why does learning styles exist? The second main point of learning styles paragraph, our section, would be, how did learning styles came about? Like, where does this theory even came from? Why would people believe in this? And then the third one is, if someone believes in learning styles, what are the consequences of their belief? Fourth one is, why is learning style junk science, according to some empirical studies? So here I have finished the second column by entering the purpose of the paragraph, and then the third column that we're going to create here, we're going to call this the central core argument / topic sentence. Then the topic sentence are the explicit thoughts that I'm going to express on the paper. This is the things that the TA will read when they grade my paper. And the first one is that learning styles exist because there's a financial incentive, and the second one is that learning styles existed because it is possibly a misinterpretation of the learning preferences. So it is true that humans have learning preferences, such as watching a video, listening to a lecture, or doing hands-on projects, but they will not affect students' academic performance on a test. And then the third one is that learning style will harm a person who believes in it by developing a fixed mindset in them. And then the fourth one is learning styles will improve academic performances is a pseudoscience because empirical studies already have falsified this claim. So for this purpose of paragraph thing, I kind of keep the marking scheme or the rubric in mind because I want to match the purpose of paragraph with the grading scheme, and I can keep that in mind without explicitly saying that this is the concept that I have applied from class to this media. That would be kind of awkward in a writing assignment I have to hand in. So here I have finished with all of the topic sentences and thinking of how to elaborate on the purpose of my paragraph and then change it into a topic sentence. So here is 3 columns filled out on Notion. So the fourth column is evidence. Those evidence will be supporting the topic sentences that I have came up with the purpose of each paragraph. So here I kind of cheat a little bit because I have a second brain already in just a learning nerd. I have collected a lot of things on my database here so I can dig through them if I find anything that supports that astrology, law of attraction, multiple intelligences, or learning styles are fake, because some of those topics are really specific, like astrology. I don't have much experience looking into it, so I will use PubMed or Google Scholar to find more academic researches. When I do research and this outlining thing, I'll have the document I'm writing on the right and then the thing that I'm viewing, researching, or digging into, exploring on the left. I use this app called Magnet to snap windows into my desktop fastly. That is just pain in the ass, just having to reshape my windows all the time, and then just like with a simple button, it snaps in place. That is just also a little magical tool that I really like to use. And then here, I'll copy the section of the quote from this long academic or science paper into Notion, and then copy and paste the link of the source to another column called sources. So it's now we have covered section of the paper, the purpose or aim of the paragraph, third column topic sentence, fourth one evidence, fifth one sources. By here we have prepped the page with all the ingredients that we need for writing. I will not get lost in the weeds on finding my sources when I'm citing them at the end of the session. And then here we'll move on to the next step, which is convergence, which is the point where I'm cooking the essay because I've got all my ingredients ready in a really lengthy process. It ensures that my logic makes sense and I have a strong argument and my thoughts are not wishy-washy and the paragraph won't be like falling apart and just... So here we have gathered our information in our Notion page. We will start the actual writing process. Here I will elaborate on how the evidence that I've found will support my topic sentences. So here I will dive into one of the topic sentences in my learning styles section as explaining why learning styles are fake. Then with all my columns ready, from topic sentence, evidence to elaboration, this is the most simple step. I just have to string all my thoughts together and add transition words. So now is the point I'll finally start writing from top to bottom. After that, I write from left to right. It's a lot easier and I have freed up my cognitive attention and extended my mind because everything that I need is laid on my screen. Free up my working memory to write. I'll have my Word document open on the right and then the outline on the left with all the ingredients that I have gathered for myself. Process of word vomit. I will copy and paste the link of the source into the parentheses at the end of the sentence. This will allow me to save my time with in-text citation. I have 3 principles that I keep in mind to write essays. The first one is clarity of sentences. Every sentence have to be in active voice and the subject or the idea that it is referring to has to be very clear. And the second one that continues with clarity is coherence. The ideas and string of thoughts have to make sense and flow together. And then the third point is connectiveness. I can add transition words and contrast ideas and make sure the idea flows. Coherence, clarity, and connectiveness work hand in hand together. Divergent research and outlining process takes around like 2 hours, and then this word vomit convergence part takes around an hour or 2 depending on your speed. And if I'm doing this very slowly, at max 5 hours I'll be done with. And then after this, I will leave my paper here for a while, and then I'm gonna go to dinner first. And hello, after an hour of chatting with my mom and finishing dinner. I have left this paper for like an hour, so my brain's like a little bit cleared up, but I really want to turn this in and like push myself, because now is where I'm gonna put everything together with Smash. This is the most brainless part because I'm just copy and pasting the links from the parentheses that I have put here when I'm writing the word vomit into citation machine or easy bin. After I proofread it and make sure there's no any silly mistakes, yay, I'm done, ready to turn this baby in and say goodbye to it. Time to go take off my makeup because I feel like I have a sheet of cake frosting on my face. Ugh. Hey y'all, see you there. And I'm gonna take my makeup off and brush my teeth at the same time. To close my day off with a night journaling page. And my template is here if you guys want to look at it. And I'll share and 3 grateful things and 1 thing that I've learned from today. So 3 wins is that first of all, of course, finishing this essay and then turning it in. And then second one, filming for you guys because I love doing this. Third one is being mindful and working out. And then 1 thing that I've learned today is that be open-minded and not rush. Slow down to speed up. So I guess I'll leave the vlog as it is today because I am going to shower later. If you like this video of writing essays, you might want to check out how I use conceptual note-taking to study 4 subjects at once. Now comment, subscribe, and like this video. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. As always, have a nice day. Good luck and all the best with your life. Bye bye.